Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Sam from the Soul of Stella, and I've got another pick a card reading here for you today. This is all about their thoughts of you right now. What are they thinking about you? What's on their mind about you? So if you're in separation or this is a crush situation, we're going to get into it. I'm going to try and keep it short and hopefully sweet today because you know I can waffle. So let's get into it straight away. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'm using the story dice today. We've got a little wind up car for pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have the ladder. And for pile number 3, we have the balloons. So use your intuition, take a moment, choose the pile that you are most drawn to. Timestamps are below, and I'll see you in your reading. Pile number 1, you chose the wind up car story dice. It's definitely giving me something that needs to have a bit more momentum put into it, a little bit more fuel into this situation. I do already have 2 animal spirit cards already pulled for you. We've got the skunk spirit, know your worth, and the rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. Okay, this does feel like a situation that requires a bit more oomph. And possibly to do with feeling like you're not getting enough. Like, you know, when you like wind up a toy car and it just like, it's either going to like take off and go round and round, or it's going to like tumble and like fall off the table. There's just something that needs a little bit more fuel. And I feel it's on your side. You're feeling like, hey, I want your attention. The skunk really like waves its tail around and, you know, does its business to get attention. Let's dive into this though. We're going to go with a lot of tarot. We're going to do a 9-card spread here as well. I might just give these a little shuffle and put your energy into it. And while we're talking about putting your energy into things, if you could exchange your energy with a like, a share, a comment, subscribe while you're at it so you can see more of the love readings that I post every single month for each zodiac as well, and plenty of picker cards. So let's get the current situation for pile number 1, please, Spirit. The person on their mind. The current situation for the person on their mind and themselves. The current situation, please, Spirit, in this connection for pile number 1. The current situation. Too many. There we go. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to push these up. Do you like my little... I love this guy. Hi. Okay. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. How... Thank you. The Knight of Wands. This is how you see your person. Possibly they're a fire sign, Sagittarius. You see them as someone who's like taking charge, impulsive perhaps. How they see you. How do they see pile 1? How do they see pile 1? Very specific messages for you today, guys. 5 of Cups. They do feel like you guys need to overcome some disappointments here. Your hopes in this situation. 9 of Swords. You want to move the anxiety out. You want to actually get some sleep. Their hopes for this situation. Knight of Swords. They want to be the one that, like, yeah, has that impulsiveness. They want to keep moving things forward, almost in an aggressive way. But we'll clarify in a sec. What are you cautious of? What is pile 1 cautious of in this situation? Whoa. There's a lot going on, I feel, guys. It just feels a little bit haphazard. Something is rushed, and I don't think you want it to be rushed. I think you want, like, the fuel to last. But take that how it resonates. We need more room. We have the Queen of Pentacles as your cautions. You're probably thinking, am I being too generous with this person? Their cautions. Whoa, goodness me. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. They don't want to lose out on any investments that they're making here. Don't pop those back, but one did. Okay, the Emperor. This is the direction that this connection is headed. And then the action or advice is the Justice card. Goodness. Okay. The current situation feels like, yeah, disorganization. It does feel like the cards were hard to come out and then they were flying out in all directions and I wasn't getting very clear messages, just one. It was like, ugh, got so much to say. So there is a little bit of like chaotic energy. I feel like you might be struggling to juggle this situation or this person or juggle the energy, right? There's like an inability to commit because this energy is so up and down. And I think this is why you're being called to have this rhino mentality of like slow and steady wins the race, but like smart about it. Overcome any obstacle. This rhino does have like wings. So for a creature that is very grounded, and you might be Capricorn, Virgo, yeah, I feel like you need to overcome your obstacles by kind of letting something go here. Because you're getting like, you don't want to be a creature that is like rummaging through the trash. Oh my goodness. Sending you so much love, Pile 1. This is intense. Are you just getting like sprayed with... The skunk, we obviously know what a skunk does. They spray a very toxic smelling substance. The devil isn't present in your reading, but I do feel like there is some toxicity in this connection and you know it. And I think the wind up car is like someone might be winding you up. This person might be winding you up. And it's winding you up or the situation is winding you up because you know you deserve better and you know that you are worthy of someone to commit to you and someone to be sure about you and someone to not question the investments that they're making about you, okay? So yes, I do feel like the current situation feels quite unstable, and you want to stabilize that, or you're needing to move on, because how you see them is someone who almost comes across as a player energy with this Knight of Wands. You see them as like very energetic and free-spirited, which is great, but also they can be hot-tempered and rebellious, and that drive can really like be quite flitty, right? It can be like, well, if they're going to act like this towards me, who's to say they're not acting like that towards someone else when I'm not around? The Five of Cups, it being how they see you, is there's a sense of like feeling unloved or abandoned by you. A kind of sadness. I feel there's some self-sabotage on this person's behalf going on. Now flip it if it's like the other way around and you're actually relating more to the person's energy that I pulled. But you're hoping that you can put this isolation and despair. I'm feeling a sense of paranoia for you. And that you're feeling... oh, I feel for you, hey. Just a lot of overthinking, possibly having nightmares. There could be a disconnect in actual distance here, but I think you're in your head a lot. And I think it's because you know, your spirit, your soul is actually telling you exactly what you already know, that this is not how this should be. And if I just felt this need to explain this situation, and take this it's for someone. Anyone who has been watching videos about twin flames and you're convinced that this treatment and this isolation and sadness and this overthinking and paranoia and possible like separation, there's this feeling of like, actually look, there's a lightning bolt right at the bottom, but it's sideways on this story dice. It just feels like something's been like split apart, almost like the earth cracking, like, and it's like sets a big divide between two people. If you've been watching videos about twin flames and you're thinking, oh, well, this is just how it goes, this is what I should accept, I'm really feeling like that is not for you. And I think you know it, but like your heart or your rose-colored glasses, your romantic side is really trying to over-romanticize toxicity here. I am really sorry, but I have to say it how it is. The King of Cups is on the bottom here. What you deserve is someone who's emotionally mature and emotionally available, okay? They're hoping that they can continue to be rash. They're hoping that they can continue to be unfocused in this. Like they're tactless and they know it, okay? And that they're hoping to kind of fly under the radar by or that you're not going to notice, that you're not going to do anything about it. They're calling your bluff, so they might actually be telling you, oh, I'm sad, I'm feeling, and they might feel sad genuinely, but I feel like they're playing a victim mode or they're self-sabotaging, and instead of actually healing that and being vulnerable with that and owning it, they're almost saying it to tell you what you want to hear so that you feel sorry for them, so you give them more time to be in their player kind of energy, and then they can keep being sporadic and hot and cold and in and out of your life. Not cool. Your cautions are really grounding, right? They're really grounding. You may be a parent and you're like bringing home the bacon, right? And I feel like if you have a child with this person, you're really cautious that your nurturing ways have been taken advantage of, that you're going to be left as the sole breadwinner. That is okay, okay? It's never too late. You're never too old to start over. And yes, you can do it. Yeah, I feel like your stability is... you might actually even be afraid that this person is taking money from you, okay? Or that if you separate or speak up and you do actually say, like, there's this divide in the earth between us, I'm no longer going to, like, wind up my car for you and give all my energy to you to bridge the divide. And if you're scared that if you say this, that this person is going to take advantage of you in a financial sense or a material sense, and that you'll be left with nothing. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse being their cautions is that they really do think, and this is why it's giving me family vibes as well, they really do think that they may be going against tradition here if the divorce word or a separation word is involved here, and not just a word, obviously the act of. Yeah, I do feel like this person has ill intentions when it comes to legacy and what is theirs, or what is right, they think is rightfully theirs, what is owed to them. They don't want to lose out in this situation, and I do feel very bullish kind of energy from this person with the Knight of Wands upright, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It just feels like conflict over money, conflict over material possessions is on this person's mind, and they know that you are unhappy in this situation, but they are hoping that you are just going to sweep it all under the rug. But guess what? The rug, and you know this, there's no guess what about it. You know this. But for them, guess what, mate? Sorry, that's just what came out. The spirits are just like, mate, like they're pissed. Eventually the rug is going to be lumpy with all the things left unsaid, and you're going to trip over. It's either them or yourself is going to trip over. So my advice to you, I mean, Spirit's advice to you, is really saying that you need to take a good hard look at this from like a really in your power position. This is requiring you to have a lot of personal power right now. I'm hearing the word poise with this Emperor upright. It's really talking about taking control of this situation for yourself. There might need to be a plan put in place that is undercover, okay? Something to do with stabilizing yourself and you stepping into your divine masculine energy. If you resonate with being feminine or have a lot of divine feminine energy. You know, you might be very nurturing and caring. Even though you do the work and you bring home the bacon, I do feel a sense of like you're the one who manages the money, you're the one who keeps the household going, and you just have like a very receiving, soft nature, and it's definitely being taken advantage of, and also like a giving nature in terms of quality time, like a mothering kind of energy here. You are being called to step into your divine masculine energy and sit in your throne of power, like really from your like sacral chakra, from your root chakra, like really seated in your grounded energy, this rhino spirit. It's talking about your mindset here needs to be super strong. And it's like a core strength, okay? You're being asked to set some structure in place to potentially get help from authority figures as well, or get help from a divine masculine here who can mediate the situation and or help you to move out of this situation, okay? So I'm sorry for this bad news, but this is Aries energy. The Emperor is Aries energy. And that's ruled by Mars, and then Mars does have a conflict energy to it. It's like the god of war, right? Very passionate and ambitious at the same time. So I feel like you're going to set like a little fire under yourself, because you're finally going to be addressing that I've wound this vehicle up way too many times. I want the fuel that's actually going to go the distance, not be coughing and spluttering when we just get up the road. Like, I want a reliable vehicle here. And that's a relationship for you. You want a reliable partner. The advice here is really to seek justice. Get the fairness in this situation that you deserve. Get the results that you deserve. And again, it does feel like getting legal advice here, or getting professional advice, getting the support that you need. You do not have to do this alone, although you are probably very capable of doing that. You are going to need to make the first step. I feel you're going to come out of a period of denial here. And the truth is going to be revealed in this process, and that can be quite scary, but someone's going to have to take accountability here, and someone's going to have to balance things out. If this is not a situation where you are ready to leave, okay, this is still asking you to boss up on this situation, communicate clearly, become entrepreneurial about your finances as well, very much so. You may need to like separate some accounts without telling this person, but again, if that's a relationship that you need to have where there's secrets involved, is that the kind of relationship that you want? Because know your worth was one of your first cards here. Okay, let's get some advice for you in this situation. A bit more advice here for... Actually, I'm just going to pull these cards first. Can you tell us a bit more about this situation? Keys on a ring. Ooh, do you live with this person and this person has keys or access to things that they shouldn't? Many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Yeah, okay. You may have decided to have an open relationship, and I know that I'm touching on some touchy subjects here. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Possibly it's the intimate attraction with this person that keeps you holding on, and that's how they like seduce you, right? With this Knight of Wands energy, they really seduce you into staying. I'm really hearing that you need to take those keys or cut keys. Do not cut corners, okay? I would also highly recommend that you keep your, stay away from the temptations here. If you're thinking that there's third-party interference, I think it's all going to come to light very soon. So, sending you so much love, but here is your advice, pile number one. Here is your advice on this situation. Their thoughts right now are really just hoping that you're not going to find out. That is it in a nutshell. Remember that whatever your opinions, you have a right to hold them. Whatever your choices, you have a right to make them. Whatever your dreams, you have a right to find them. Absolutely. I'm just going to hold that there in case you need to take a screenshot and remind yourself of that, because you are allowed to know your worth. I actually wanted to draw these cards. I forgot that I had them here. Just a thought from this person, please. A thought from Pile One's person. What are they thinking right now? What are they thinking right now about Pile One? What would they say? I'm going to take that one. You can trust me. Can you? I don't know about that. You'll love the new me when I'm done all of this with you. You'll love the new me. I've done all of this with you as my goal. I really feel like this person is really telling you all these things, and this is why it's so confusing. This is why it feels like an inability to commit to staying or going for you, because they're really trying to tell you that they're doing something, but I think the actions are saying something completely different. I want to take care of you, and I know you'll do the same for me. They know that you've been taking care of them with the Queen of Pentacles. They know, okay? Whoa, a giant crow just came and sat right next to my window. I really do feel like there's like a dark omen around this situation. So please look after yourself, pile number one. I really recommend that you come back and watch, if you haven't already watched January's love messages for your sun, moon and rising signs, go and watch those. See if there's any more messages in there for you. I've also got singles in separation reading up, but subscribe and you can see February's coming up. But this is a timeless reading, so whenever you are watching it, there are plenty more readings that could give you a little bit more information about this situation. Sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. Bye, guys. Pile number 2, you chose the ladder story dice. Oh, I just went to say vice then. Story vice. Someone's got a tight grip on you, or it feels like a career grip with that ladder. It just feels like something else is taking your attention at the moment. This is their thoughts of you right now. What are they thinking about you? How is this situation unfolding? I've already got some cards pulled for you. Animal spirit cards. We've got Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Are you finding messages in song lyrics at the moment, or is your career in the arts and music? The 12th house is about your shadow self, your unconscious, your dreams. Perhaps you're being called to like follow your dreams, and it may be causing a rift in this situation, or some kind of like just like expansion on your part, where it feels like you're being called to speak, to make a scene, is what I'm feeling. Eagle spirit has your back. Whatever it is, you are supported. The universe has your back, the spirit has your back, and I feel like you're being asked to take an eagle eyes view of this situation as well. So let's get some more information. What is the current situation here for pile number 2? How do pile number 2 see their person? How do you see them? How do they see them? How do they see their person? How do they see their person? I've got the Ace of Cups as the overall situation. The 5 of Cups is how you see this person. I'll just take the top one. Temperance is how they see you. Your hopes is the King of Pentacles. Their hopes in this situation. Their hopes in this situation. Thank you, Spirit. The Devil. They want you to stay attached to them. I'm just going to do that again. There's too many cards. What is pile number 1's cautions in this situation? What are they worried about? I'm going to take that one. Star in reverse. Their cautions. 10 of Cups in reverse. Where is this headed? The Hermit. Advice and action. Advice and action for this situation for pile number 2, please, Spirit. Judgment. All right, we've got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's a sense of like independence coming through for you here. If it's not resonating as you, flip it, and you could be the other person energy that I refer to. Okay, so this is a loving, compassionate relationship. This is possibly something where you've been offered a new cup of love from someone else. That could be coming into this situation, okay? Or this is a new relationship. It feels like deeper feelings have been stirred here, either within this connection or with you. This current situation is feeling like someone's offering you the cup of love, okay? There is intimacy here. There is possibly a proposal here, like an offering. Okay, how you're seeing this person is the Five of Cups. There's something disappointing here, or sad, mourning here. But what you may be focusing on the past with this card here, but I do feel like you need to turn around and see that there's 2 cups. And the Ace of Cups, like you have an overflowing sense of love, or someone has an overflowing sense of love for you. And there's this sense of peace with this dove like diving into the cup on the Ace of Cups. But the Two of Cups is behind you here. It's like, stop looking at the spilt milk and realize that there's 2 people who want to make something work here. Not to call you out or anything, but that's just the energy that I'm getting. The Temperance is how they see you. Is they're seeing you as someone who's trying to balance things out and pouring from one cup into another. They actually see this situation as something that they've been patient about as well, or that you have been patient and have mastered like a sense of self-control with this situation. This is also a healing card, and again the sense of peace is coming through with this angel wings and the halo, and it definitely feels like you guys have been on a journey, or that to get to this point, right? And there's actually like a whole city in the background of this card, so it might have been a painful journey to get to this point. That your hopes in this situation is that there's going to be some stability here, that there's safety and abundance here. This is what you're hoping. I think you're hoping that this person is going to step up too, that this person is going to provide for you in a way, but their hopes are very attached to you. I feel like they either, if they haven't already proposed, I think that's on their mind, because they do want to have a like tangible attachment to you. Like, I feel ball and chain, okay? And take that in whatever way you want. Capricorn rules the devil, and it is a grounded energy, but it can be someone who is even quiet. I just heard quietly toxic. It can be someone who is obsessed, and either they're obsessed or they've got addictions in this situation. But if we're talking about their hopes, I do feel like that they have a lot of like lust for you, and they do hope that they can remain or tighten the grip on this situation, this attachment, okay? They're wanting to like glue themselves to you. The Star in reverse is what you're cautious of. You actually have a loss of hope. You have a loss of faith and peace. You're feeling a disconnect, and you're feeling a bit of negativity towards this situation, and it's stopping you or blocking your healing, right? They're seeing you as someone who is very healing, but perhaps you've not been able to give that to yourself. It's dulled your light. Have you been putting the oxygen mask on someone else first, and therefore you're not getting enough air? Because I'm like losing my breath here. This does feel like perhaps like a fall from grace, and that's what you're cautious of. You're cautious of your light being dulled, of your energy being like pulled into a dark place by this attachment. And you're just worried about this like disconnection from self, also disconnection from career, I heard, with the career like kind of ladder here, or like your spiritual growth, your ascension towards something that's important to you. Yes, okay. Their caution is that they're worried that this is going to end up in an unhappy home situation. They are aware that this could end up in some kind of separation, emotional dissatisfaction, breaking up a family. So if that resonates, that you have children together, there's a sense of disharmony that they're worried about. The direction of this situation, it does say that you may need some time apart here. It does say that you're going to need to do some soul searching, possibly in a withdrawn fashion. Okay, this doesn't mean that you have to isolate yourself, lock yourself away, but it could mean that you just take 5 every day away from this person, detach, okay? Just take their claws out a little bit, and just, you don't even have to justify what you're doing. Take yourself out. You're allowed to have your own life. You're allowed to have your own thing. You're allowed to sing your own song. Spirit has got your back in this situation, but the Hermit is Virgo energy. It's really just saying like, take this, be resourceful about this. You may even need some help, and help from above, right? This ladder just is giving me like, either there's someone you work with that can help you, or you're seeking answers from someone above. Okay, so whether that's spirit, whether that's ancestors that are passed on, this is calling for you. This is the Hermit energy. It's really calling for you to get that inner guidance, and possibly even this other person as well. They need to do some soul searching because their attachment style is currently toxic. And I do think they know it, because they know that they can't continue. Otherwise, it's going to cause a rift in this connection. They know you've been patient too, so I think that they're aware. They just might not know what needs to be done. You have a sense of confidence about what needs to be done. You have a sense of passion about what needs to be done. You've got the Queen of Swords under here, and you also know how to say it, right? The Queen of Swords underneath, the Queen of Wands underneath, and the Strength. Then you've got the Death. Something needs to transform here. Something needs to end and then be reborn, okay? So if you need some time apart, if this is a marriage that you're in, if this is a long-term commitment, it may require you to have the self-respect and the strength to call it for what it is and say, hey, we need to take some time apart, even if it's a weekend and you go to a retreat or something like that. There's something where you need to speak your mind, and you need to like balance out your passion and your intellect in this situation. That strength is going to give you the push to actually make the call. Judgment call is also like a final decision. It's an absolution. It can be like a wake-up call that you have, an epiphany, okay? It can also be an awakening, again, with the like spiritual connection. I feel that you're at the moment, and this can happen in relationships, it's not all doom and gloom, but sometimes we outgrow one another and we just need time to catch up, or it's okay to grow in different ways, as long as you're not growing in completely different directions and not knowing how to bring it back, okay? The ladder does like close up. It like gets smaller and it gets closer as it goes to the top. So I do have a feeling that you want to bring this connection closer together if you feel you have been like drifting and growing in different directions because of your like life purpose, your inner calling. Again, sing your own song. There's something that's calling you. It just feels like you're wanting to follow your passions. You're wanting to follow what is important to you, and it's really important that you now communicate that clearly with this person so that they can get on the same page, or that they can support you. And it's like, we need to discuss this. There's a discussion that needs to take place. There may be some mediation needed, okay? There may be some therapy needed in this situation as well. But Judgment, I really do feel like there's a third eye awakening going on for you. And I do feel like whatever this situation is, it's divinely guided. Spirit has your back here, okay? All right, let's get some, what else is going on in this situation? According to how this person sees it. What are their thoughts of you right now? Mask. Are they thinking you're wearing a mask, or are they wearing the mask and they don't want you to see it? Not showing true feelings, hide personality, pretend, delude, gaslighting. Okay, I do feel like this person is wondering what's going on, because you're seeing this person in this state of like resentment energy with the 5 of Cups. But I do feel like you may not, and this person's coming to you quite authentically with this cup of love. Okay, this is the current situation, is there's a cup of love that you've both offered each other. And again, you've got the 2 of Cups that are still standing on this 5 of Cups. I do feel like this person, although they're seeing that you've been patient with them, they are afraid that this relationship will break down if you don't communicate what's going on, because they're looking at you and they're like, I'm not sure what's going on here. I know there's something this person isn't telling me, or vice versa. But they don't want to be deluded. They actually like give them the benefit of allowing them to understand before you assume that they won't understand, is what I'm just hearing there. What else are they thinking right now? Kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Oh, I mean, this person wants to reconnect with you. With this spiritual awakening, you may have hermited yourself quite a bit. And although you want to hermit yourself a little bit more to just have like a realization, I do feel like you want to turn this star energy around and bring your light back to yourself. You may be really depleted. If this is a situation where you've just had a child and you just like wanting to like get back in your body, know who you yourself is again, I really heard that strongly. Then you may need to take some more time to do that, but just clearly explain why so that this person can understand. They do have a lot of affection for you, and I think that's it to the point of becoming obsessed, or you feel like they're like this is their hope that they can become more attached to you. They want more quality time with you. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. I mean, the devil can bring scorpionic energy to mind for me as well. And that's just someone who's just really intense with their emotions and someone who wants that attachment. And you, at this point in time, might be so out of your body and out of your soul that you're wanting to find yourself first so that doesn't feel so smothering, okay? Hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. If the temperance isn't persistent, I don't know what is, okay? And that's how they see you. I feel like they know that the journey to get to each other required some work, and they fully appreciate that. But they do understand there's some rebuilding that needs to happen here. There's some remodeling that needs to go on. It's working on this situation. It's been persistent. And they may be interrogating you a little bit to prompt you to speak, okay? Sing your own song. Explain yourself, okay? And clearly at that. I do think this person will understand more than you think. If they could say anything to pile number 2, what would they say? What are they thinking right now? What are they thinking? What are they thinking of pile number 2 right now? I'll take that. You love the new me. I've done all this with you as my goal. Yeah, very much someone who thinks about you every move they make. Very unconditionally loving. Can appear toxic to other people, but it might be right what you need, okay? Right up your alley. How did I get so lucky? Wow. God, they really, really, like, admire you. Yeah, the obsession is real. This affectionate, loving energy is real. I feel for you, pile 2, because this feels like a very personal thing that you're going through, and it may feel very scary for you to open up to this person, almost like I don't want to, like, stuff it up. But you need to move that resentment out, because under it all, you really do have like a overflowing cup of love for this person. And I think you would be sad and disappointed and regretful if things didn't change. So work on this. That's only Spirit's opinion. This is only what the cards are saying. Use your best judgment, okay? But how did I get so lucky? Wow, they really see you as the Queen of Wands. Like, they just see you as beautiful, like nurturing, passionate. And they're actually inspired by the things that you're inspired by. The things that you like follow your passions on, they actually think that is such an admirable quality about you. And our third thought for them is, please do the healing work. I'm waiting, but I'm tired. If that doesn't summarize everything, I don't know what does. Well, let's get a card of advice for you here in this situation, pile number 2. Card of advice for pile number 2. Find what you truly love and let nothing keep you from doing it. Sending all my love to you, pile number 2. Please let me know in the comments below how this resonated, and I would love for you to exchange your energy by giving this a like or subscribing. And if you do subscribe, go and check out my other videos on singles in separation, on our monthly love for all zodiac signs. Watch your sun, moon and rising, and there might be more information in there for you. All the best. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the story dice with the balloons. Is there something to celebrate in this situation? We shall find out. This is their thoughts of you right now. What are they thinking about you? What is this situation? I've already got 2 animal spirit, actually 3. Wow. 3 animal spirit cards for you. We have the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. Angel number 33. Okay, so this is talking about expression as well. Freedom is yours. Look at how that horse is shaking its head as well. Beautiful. Stunning. We have the dove spirit, be peace. And again, the 2 plus the 1 is a 3. So we're talking about expression, groups, growth, collaboration, communication, curiosity. Okay. And then we have the hummingbird spirit, be here now. Card number 34. Be here now. Freedom is yours, be peace, and be here now. I feel like there's a sense of like something might be floating away. Is there a desire for you to be free and you to have the peace of like being in the air? Like, do you know what I mean? Like up in the clouds, you just want to float away and that's very peaceful for you. But is there something that needs to be rooted, that needs to be grounded, that needs to be pulled back down to earth? I don't know. That's very interesting. Let's get more information. We're going to go into the tarot, do a 9-card spread here for you to get your energy and their energy on the table, and then we'll end with some direct thoughts from them, their higher self possibly. I don't know why I heard that, because for the other groups it was their direct thoughts, but for you I just heard from their higher self. Okay, so we'll get that at the end as well as some advice. All right, what is the current situation for pile number 3 here? Overall card for the current situation for pile number 3, please, Spirit. Six of Wands. There's a feeling of something being successful. How you see them is the Tower. How they see you is the Ace of Wands. Your hopes for this connection. Your hopes. The King of Swords. You're wanting clarity. Let's get some more room in here. You're wanting things to make sense, I just heard. The Hanged Man is their hopes. Are they wanting a pause? Are they wanting to find a new perspective? Your cautions in this situation, your worries, your concerns. Page of Wands in reverse. There might be some self-limiting beliefs here, or you're feeling like this person is unreliable. They are seeing their cautions here, or their concerns here are that secrets have been revealed and they're trying to understand things on a deeper level with the Moon card in reverse here. Direction, where is this connection headed? And advice and action. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which is talking about an opportunity being lost or delayed. Okay. Not necessarily lost, but it could be delayed as well. It just feels like a scarcity mindset as well. Okay. Okay. So the overall situation is one of success. Like there is a sense of like perhaps you've achieved a lot together in this. There's also a sense of pride. It might be a sense of pride that you two are even together. Like you look good together and you look good on this person's arm, or they look good on your arm and you know it. And it's like, well, this makes sense that we're together. You may be like praised or acclaimed, or like people compliment you a lot as a couple. Now, if this is a crush situation, there's just a feeling of like the current situation feels successful. So something may have recently happened that it's like, oh, that was a little win. But you are seeing this person as the Tower. They possibly have come in and like shook up your life to the point where they've like cleared foundations to rebuild something else with you. There's a sense of upheaval that this person has brought to your life, or that you see them bringing to your life, which contradicts the bee piece, the dove energy here. Although sometimes the Tower comes in as a person, like quite chaotically, to awaken us. Okay, so whether this person has like swooped in to save you from a situation, not sure. Let's get more information on that. This person is computer says yes, that could be right. This person sees you as the Ace of Wands. Oh, I just heard they see you as a new project. Okay, this is why they swooped in and they were like, no, they're shitty foundations. Here's how we're going to rebuild you. Are they trying to rebuild your personality? Because this is why potentially freedom is yours is coming up, and you're like, oh, I actually know who I am and I like that version of me, and I don't want to adhere to your constraints and your rules. And this is why you could be feeling like there's a missed opportunity to be yourself and be peace and be here now. You could have also turned back something else or someone else. You might have turned back a career because this person didn't want you to do that. The Five of Swords is underneath that, and then you've got the Page of Swords. There's just a truth that needs to come through, or someone's going to come through with some information. There's a gathering of information here. It is an inspiring kind of energy. But I do feel like it's gossip as well, or possibly like someone's curious about you and why you potentially said no to them. Okay? I do feel like someone might be watching you as well online, if that resonates. But there's like a sense of like intimidation, like being intimidated or like coerced into something. And yeah, people are kind of watching you and thinking, okay, they look good on the outside, but like that doesn't feel like pile number 3's energy. Like why are they having this sudden shift in their core personality? It feels like to other people that, okay, it looks good, but like, is that what they want? Interesting. All right, then your hopes for this situation is that you will get mental clarity about this situation, that you will get some truth about this situation. I do feel like you're trying to over-intellectualize this though. Or you're hoping that you can over-intellectualize this so you don't get emotionally worked up about it. But I actually think that the mental clarity you're looking for is actually like you need to have some emotional clarity about this, because freedom is yours, peace and be here now. It does really feel like you just want to float away from this situation at heart, but your head is kind of saying, but we make sense, so I should stay. It should work. There should be success here. And it's not putting all the blame on the other person. It always takes two to tango. And if it feels like the situation is reversed, like it could be you that's been the one who's, like, if you are really honest with yourself, that perhaps you're trying to control the other person, and now you're having this epiphany like, oh, shiz, was that what I was doing? Then, you know, this is spirit giving you that heads up and being like, hey, this is your awakening period. Their hopes about this situation is that you see a different perspective. Oh, I just heard pull the wool, okay? So they're trying, I do feel like they're hoping that they can pull the wool over your eyes and help you to see through rose-colored glasses what they want you to see. The Hangman is all about taking a pause and about surrendering and letting go. It's about waiting. It's about accepting the uncertainty at times. So maybe they're also feeling a sense of uncertainty about this, knowing that you turned down a different offer, and knowing that you have like this wild free spirit like bubbling inside of you. But you also have this need or desire to be here now and be present. And I think they're really like asking you to hang 10. And interesting that I got 10. It's like it could be like hang here until we feel the emotional fulfillment, until we get to that 10 of cups, until we are like 10 months in, 10 days in, 10 weeks in, 10 years in. It feels like something that wants to be stabilized, or they want you to hang 10 in terms of like ride the wave, you know? All right. You're cautious about getting distracted. This Page of Wands is like a hasty kind of dipping in and out kind of energy. Are you seeing this person as being distracted? Now that they've come in and changed your life, are they now hot and cold with you? Or are you seeing them as, are you feeling like your caution is the fact that you feel impatient? You're feeling like, or they're feeling it. Oh, what? Is it them? Clarify that. Death. You're worried that this is going to become boring real quick. You're worried that this person's going to get lazy about this situation. If they're seeing you as this new project, that was the first thing that came up with the Ace of Wands in how they see you. Like, I do feel like you think that the spark might burn out quickly, and therefore it's going to give you, like, you're worried about this person's behavior after that. Because if they're, you got the Page of Cups underneath, so it does feel like idealism. I think you're realizing that this person is a little bit immature, and that they've come in hot and cold. They've come in a real unreliable sense, and this chaotic energy, it feels like it's a death of the old you, but it could also be the rebirth of a different you that isn't entirely aligned with what you want it to be. The Page of Cups can talk about apologies as well. There's a sense of innocence, though, that I feel like you've lost here, or you think you've lost. And I think that you perhaps are realizing that even you maybe had some immaturity in allowing this to happen, but be kind on yourself. Yeah, there's the Fool energy. It just feels like, oh, I leapt before I thought about it. I didn't pack the proper utensils to get me through this situation. And now I'm at this crossroads where I need to make a decision. Okay, I need to set new plans because this is not the burden that I wanted to bear. Okay, this is not the situation that I wanted to have with the Ten of Wands there. It feels like this is too heavy. This is too much. All right, the Moon in reverse is their cautions. So this feels like something's like being hidden from you big time. But I also think that their cautions are perhaps that they don't even know what needs to be done next. It's like I came in chaotic, and I came in like with this passionate offer and this passionate energy, and like they just feel like a sense of pride for doing this. They feel proud of themselves because it looks good on paper or it looks good in photographs, right? But they are hoping for like answers to come or wisdom to come for themselves so that they can make the next move. But I really think they have no freaking clue what's going to happen next. I really think that they're going to be exposed here. The truth is going to be exposed because the Moon, it's like when it's upright, it's like illuminating the darkness, and there are things you can't see because it's not entirely bright like the sun. But I do feel like when it is reversed in this situation, it's almost like the Moon has gone into a new phase and the night is very dark, and they're like, oh, okay, this is darker than I hoped. I don't know. And they're maybe having a death of ego here as well. This person might be having a death of ego, and this is why they're like, oh, give me the answers. Like, what do I do now? Coming in all hot and like changing someone's life like this, and this person, they might be feeling energetically, whether they admit it to themselves or not, that there's a disconnect in you, or like there's a sense of like, oh, I'm not sure about this person. I'm not sure that, or that I'm not sure that I want to be this person for this person. There's an authenticity that really wants to come through with this. So again, it's not entirely that this person is bad. It just feels like they maybe have just had a bit of epiphany of their own when they came in and shook things up for you, okay? And now they're really considering like, okay, what do I do now? They're wanting some clarity on this situation as much as you're hoping for some clarity on this situation. The direction of this is the Nine of Wands. This does feel like perseverance. So it can be something that can be rectified or changed, but it's going to have to come with boundaries. And I think this is where you're like, well, I want some of my own time. I want to have a peaceful connection. No, none of this hot and cold chaotic energy. And I want like presence. If we're going to spend time together, I want it to be quality time together. I want it to be like with a direction in mind, okay? This feels like a bit of fatigue after all of this has happened. I feel the word gumption coming through, like you're like standing your ground and you are willing to take your lessons here, to take your, I mean, you're willing to, I'm hearing like you're willing to hear their side of the story, because this idealism does feel like you also want to rebirth this situation. And if you both feel young, then I do feel like you're like, well, if we're really honest with ourselves, this is us learning how to be in a relationship. It may not been off to the best start, or at least it looked like it was, but it was a little bit chaotic, and you did try and like pull the rug out from underneath me. But I'm willing to accept my part in the like immaturity here, and I'm willing to grow with this. I'm curious about the possibility of the emotional fulfillment that could happen here and the rebirth of this connection. I do feel like, though, it's going to have to be with like a push to succeed, or a push to, here's my boundaries, but we're committed to doing it together. Okay. That is the direction of where this can potentially go. And that is for both of you. It's calling you to both have faith if you both agree that it's worth having faith over. There is 2 balloons in this situation. There could be a lot to celebrate if you really wanted to, but I do get a sense that it's like, have you ever heard, and please don't do it because you'll put the balloons into the environment and kill birdies or whatever. But there is this like old school experiment where you would write all your fears and doubts, and possibly about a relationship and maybe resentments to do with someone or a particular situation that you've perhaps held on to because it was a little bit traumatic. You write them on a balloon, and it's like a version of cord cutting, and you like do a meditation and then you set that balloon off into the air. You can still do it, but like pop the balloon instead of sending it off. Okay. But I do feel like there's something that maybe therapy together, or maybe some meditations together to rectify a situation and put it into that flow so you can hang 10. The hang 10 came back again. This person, are they a surfer? Are you? There's something where it's like, we need to take a chill pill in this situation, and not necessarily a pill. I mean, like, you know, the surfer culture of like being chill. Let's chill. Like, let's be chill. Okay. And then you've got the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it does feel like something that requires a long-term investment from you. This is the action and advice card. If you want this to work, guys, you're going to have to be patient. It's going to have to be sustained patience. This is kind of like my Jack and the Beanstalk kind of card, where you plant a seed and it could take a while to like get going. And at the moment I'm growing some like asparagus and watercress and stuff like that. Not asparagus, alfalfa. And those like microgreens, they take a minute, and you think nothing's happening, but you keep sprinkling the water on it, and you keep doing the work, and you keep protecting them. And then you take the cover off one day and there's little sprouts. And that's really exciting. But I do feel like there's planning that needs to happen here. You know, you have to get the right soil to nourish this seed, and then know when to harvest and know when to put in more hard work. And there is this overall energy of success here. It just feels like you potentially weren't recognized for who you are, or someone tried to shape you into possibly an old version of love. Possibly like they wanted you, and maybe with the best intentions, they wanted you to appear or act like their ex. And I don't mean to trigger anyone, because I know that can be super triggering, but I do feel like this person tried to shape you or form you into like some version of their own reality. And you are kind of saying, well, no, I want to bring my self-expression. Okay. The 3s are definitely about that expression. And there's this sense of curiosity coming through everywhere here. So I do really think that if this is like a new relationship, there is this overall sense of success. But it is going to take some effort, and it does require that hard work, sustained effort. All right, if this person could say anything to pile number 3, what are they thinking right now? Clear Spirit, what are they thinking right now? Damn, you drive me wild. I had a total eclipse of the heart. I want to tell the world about you. I'm a narcissist and I won't change. Ooh, okay. I do feel like this person was so enamored by you, right? The Ace of Wands. And they were so incredibly like flattered that you potentially turned down someone else or a different offer for them, that they once were acting in a narcissistic energy. They once were like gaslighting you, trying to control you, things like that. But actually, I think this total eclipse of the heart is saying, well, I've had a change of heart and now I see you for what you are and I'm growing up, okay? Damn, you drive me wild. This person really is like, yeah, there's a sense of pride. And I got that with the Six of Wands at the very beginning. There's a sense of pride that you two do make sense. And that's why they want to tell the world about you. And again, that Six of Wands just feels like a victory or a reward or like you're looking good on paper. So they want to tell the world about you. They possibly want to like update their status and let everyone know that you're theirs. But they do recognize that they have had some toxic behaviors in the past, okay? So that is what they're thinking right now. What else is this person thinking? I'll take the two that flipped, please, Spirit. Oh, slippery. The Sword and the Rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Yeah, I do feel like this person is going to come through with that clarity, or they're going to have that clarity when they take that pause for themselves. And I do think we saw the Page of Swords under here as well. There's definitely clarity coming in all different directions about this situation. But I also think there's that sense of solidarity. Sense of solidarity is this Nine of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Wands. It's like, okay, if we agree that we're doing this, like it's almost like a signed contract, like a pinky swear and kiss your pinky kind of thing, okay? I just heard that this could be a same-sex relationship, just with the Sword and the Rose. If you know, you know. Heart with a key. Welcoming love. Ding. Computer says yes. Heart with a key. Welcoming love. Meeting the one. Opening your heart. Getting together. Perfect. Yeah. This requires you to open your heart and then lock it with this person. Okay? It's opening your heart to their truth. I just saw 22 on the monitor there. So yeah, a divine connection. Absolutely. If that resonates for you, that's all about balance, duality. And like duality is understanding that we all have our faults and we all have our shadow sides and we're all growing and learning and evolving if someone gives us the patience and the space to be able to do that. Okay. And I think you require the space, to evolve as well. And so does this person. But heart with a key, you might want to lock that down. If you agree with this person, right, this is the effort we're going to put into this situation, then you can rest assured that this person wants that as well. But I do think that this Spirit is saying, like, you definitely need some clarification on this. You guys definitely need to communicate about this and possibly even need to communicate with someone else, as in therapy or like meditate together or, yeah, just making plans together, okay? And then there'll be a lot to celebrate. All right, can I get a final advice card here for pile number 3, please? Very interesting situation, guys. I really get the sense that this is like two humans having a very real experience, and matters of the heart are very tender, but they can grow in strength, okay? Here we have, you owe it to yourself to know real fun, pure joy, and childlike wonder, to experience contentment with your todays and confidence in all your tomorrows. Absolutely. You want confidence in this connection, but you also want confidence in yourself. And what is the horse if not confident, okay? Especially when she's shaking her head like that. You know, you owe it to yourself to know real fun, pure joy, and childlike wonder, to experience contentment with your todays and confidence in all your tomorrows. I wish you all the best, pile 3. Thank you for being here. I will see you in my next one. Bye.